Okay, we have a 1,500 point battlefield today. I've got a couple of Falcons with some basic Dire Avengers squads inside it, 2 units of Jetbikes. Farseer is my warlord, my what did I roll for my trait? Stealth once per game in an opponent's shooting phase. Some Fire Dragons in here, Warwalkers, and one small unit of Swooping Hawks being played by my Banshees because I don't have my Swooping Hawks today. I forgot I left them at home. And I've got 6 Warp Spiders as well, deep striking in. And I'm facing a Necron army. 2 giant units of 18 warriors, a Annihilation Barge, the big Walker, 10 Immortals with a HQ Anrakir in there, making them Imperial Immortals, a Cryptek that gives them rerolls, and the transport. A bunch of these guys with a stealth upgrade, a single spider, and a bunch of the swarms there. And I'm going to try to steal initiative. We're playing Relic over here in the middle of the board. I'm going to try to steal initiative on a 6, otherwise the Necrons are going first. Nope, we get a 3, so Necrons are going first. Back in a bit. I rolled for powers. I actually was lucky enough to roll Fortune. I rolled some crappy power and instead took Primaris. I rolled another crappy power and took the Primaris for Divination as well. So surrounding up top of turn 1 for Necrons. Pretty simple turn. Everything moved up, ran, although not too many inches. Getting closer to that relic. We've counted that this is impassable to go through, but you can climb up 3 inches. Over here, these guys moved up and turbo boosted over here, so they're getting some pretty good cover saves. And that was it. No shooting, because we did roll night fighting for turn 1, so my opponent decided not to waste his time shooting, ran almost everything. Those vehicles hung back a little bit. So it's on to Eldar, bottom of turn 1. Okay, so bottom of turn 1 for Eldar. What happened? Fortune, this unit here, did prescience on those guys. They fired in, gunned down all of the Scarabs, insta-killed them. Combination shooting from this unit and 2+ cover from my vehicle here, but managed to get a single wound through. We killed the spider, so we do have first blood. Over here, these guys tried to gun down these 2 guys, couldn't do it. Shooting from a bunch of stuff over here. Actually, the ignores cover on the Wave Serpent shield. Killed 3 guys in total with that gun, but they managed to return 1 guy back to life. And that was that. Oh, did we check if they ran? Did we check Wes? Did we check leadership on those guys, or were they fearless?
No.
Okay. I mean, they'll probably make it, but yeah, so they made it anyway. So we're going to get a return. And that is it. It's on to top of turn 2 for Just a quick thing, forgot to mention, I moved them out and then used Battle Focus. I got 3. I got a 2, I re-rolled, I got a 3, so I got 1 guy behind the building there. So that I did use Battle Focus over there. And we are actually seeing as the Necrons are just going full tilt. Their reserves came on, they've dropped their Immortals and their HQ right next to my entire army. Interesting, we're going to see what happens. Everything else is moving up in the meantime. Report back. Rounding up top of turn 2, these guys show up, landed over here. This vehicle got 10 hits and managed to roll something like 5 penetrations on those 10 hits and 2 glances. So amazing dice on this guy, but just cleaves right through my Warwalkers. Warwalkers explode. Not killing a single guy here, not killing a single one of my guys here. This unit took tons of shooting from that squad, a bunch of other stuff. Despite my fortune, not great saves, a lot of guys dead there, but they managed to stick it out. There's 2 guys in a Farseer. Farseer took a wound too, what a loser. Over here they assaulted, trying to get past my Holofields, but couldn't get any glances. And that was pretty much it. We're going to see if my stuff shows up over here. We've got, first we're going to try our Warp Spiders. Yeah, they're on, and the Swooping Hawks that are being played by those guys. No, because I said they're being played by the Swooping Hawks are not on. They would have really helped right now. But anyways, rounding up bottom of turn 2 for Eldar. We're trying to fight the best we can here. Unfortunately, with all this stuff unloading, those guys shooting, battle focusing back here. These guys shooting, battle focusing back here. This idiot vehicle getting immobilized on here. This guy firing, the turret from this thing firing. He actually tank shocked first. Those guys stuck around. Jetbikes over here, fired into there. These guys moved up over here, fired into here. With all that stuff doing, we killed the entire unit except for the Cryptek, and he's down to 1 wound. I actually had a chance to wipe out either one of these guys, would have really made my day, but unfortunately I just couldn't roll. 3 shots from this thing, only 1 hit, and rolled a 1. That 1 strength at AP2 would have killed either of these models. What are you going to do? Those guys tried to land over here so that I could guide them, but they landed just too far away, so they fired normal shots, got 3 hits. This thing did have to jink as a result, and we got nothing, no damage on him though, but he is jinking. Everything else pretty much fired just at this squad here, and I could not wipe out the squad. They made their leadership as well, but only one guy returned, so that was a bit of a saving grace there. And it is on to top of turn 3 for Necrons. What a brutal, brutal battle. My goodness, we're holding on for dear life here. Back in rounding up top of turn 3, I think that was, right? Top of turn 3. So what happened here, this thing finally went down. This thing jinked. It actually got in here, got some hits in it, couldn't do anything to it though. But then we got a multi-melt over here. A hit didn't do anything but twin link the rest of the unit. These guys got 3 6s on here, and I failed 2 of my 4+ Holofield saves. I was already down to 2 hull points, so we got wrecked. Those guys popped out over here. These guys over here gunned down in the unit, killed all but one guy. Then they charged and killed me. I didn't kill anybody on the Overwatch. Over here, they charged in a bunch of shooting from tons in the army, but couldn't really hurt these guys too much. Killed 1 or 2 models, and instead they charged me. I had really bad luck, though. Couldn't really kill anybody, but we are locked in a combat. This guy's locked in a combat with the Enrak here. I did put a wound in him, but he made his save. He's only down to 1 wound. Man, that would have been nice, but so be it. We're fighting it out over there. We're going to see if my Swooping Hawks can finally show up on a 3+ again. Wow, I suck at dice. Alright, so be it. So he's not coming on. Back in a bit. I think that's all there is to report that turn. Yeah, that's all there was to report. Okay, so rounding up bottom of turn 3, what happened? I prescience and fortune. Those guys just tried to better in combat. Unfortunately, no luck. I just could not get any wounds on him despite re-rolling to hit. My staff re-rolled to hit, but missed both times. These guys moved out here, ran up. With a combination of shooting from these guys, the vehicles blew away a lot of guys over here, but 3 of them stood up, but the unit didn't run. Those idiots over here rolled only 4 inches for their warp pack, double 2, so 1 of them died, and they just missed by 1 or 2 inches being able to fire at this unit, so they were useless this turn. Then they rolled 3 inches only for their jetpack move, so 2 and a 1, so they can't even hide behind the building. They were going to try to hide themselves there. So they are pretty much toast this game. These guys over here flew up, gunned this guy down, and started moving, rolled their jetbike move a little bit over this way, trying to avoid getting shot by a lot of stuff there, including the multi-melted guy. Decided not to shoot at this thing because it's going to be hard to have any things to shoot at. Other than that, yeah, that's not looking too good, but we're going to keep fighting back with turn 4 coming up. I think it's top of turn 4. What happened over here? This guy died. I actually killed him with my Farseer, but he stood up. He rolled a 5+. He got up. Man, how demoralizing is that? Meanwhile, the rest of the unit, nothing happened either side. They lost combat, but they didn't run. Over here, a bunch of shooting from over here. Only managed to kill 2 warp spiders, but of course, why would they do anything useful all game when they've done nothing useful all game? They decided to run 18 million inches over this way, so they are just worthless all game long. What else happened here? This bike got in here, got 1 lucky hit with rolled a 6, and because Holofields don't work when you haven't moved, I couldn't even make a save because I was immobilized and I was just wrecked. My last hull point was wrecked over there. Otherwise, yeah, not too much else to report. We're going to try to see if my opponent's not here actually, but I've got some people watching, so I'm going to try to. Oh, actually, no, we don't even have to roll anymore. Turn 4 automatically, your reserves come on. So those stupid Swooping Hawks that have been sitting back all game are going to come on finally. Okay, rounding up my turn 4. What happened? Got a lot of shooting into here. Combination of vehicles. Those guys finally dropped. Of course, it scatters away. I rolled 10 and a scatter, even with a ballistic skill 4. So only 2 guys clipped, but it did help out that I had these guys over here firing into that unit. I had everything that could shoot in them, literally everything. All those rifles are actually really good against these AP Armor 4 guys. We managed to wipe out the entire unit. Thank goodness they dropped the relic. Otherwise, this guy here managed to drop his shield, just immobilized him with a penetration, but he is immobilized now. He's down to 2 health points and the shield is down. Other than that, not much else happening. These guys continued to run. That's how pathetic they are. They continued to run. They snapshotted into here. I couldn't get any hits though. Gong show combat, no wounds caused that stuck through anywhere. I mean, this is not looking too good over there for me. Other than that, yeah, we're on to turn 5 now. Top of turn 5 coming up for rounding up. Top of turn 5 for Necrons. This thing flew over here. Decided to rapid fire into here, but couldn't kill these guys. Combat was another gong show. I actually made Enrak here fail a save, but because that Chronometron is still active, which should have been there a long time ago. He got his reroll. Pretty awesome guy. Makes a save there. Bunch of shooting from here, shooting from other stuff. Wiped out these fire dragons. After the vehicle was gunned down with a single Melta-shot got through, failed the Holofields, rolled to explode me. So that was it. And over there, this thing flew on, gunned 4 of those guys, 4 wounds, all of them failed, no armor saves made, and then they ran Leadership 9, so Leadership 9 failed, all game here. This is getting rough here, it's getting pretty rough. Unbelievable. What are you going to do? So on to my turn 5. Right now, I can make it so that we're up by 1 if I move those guys into the deployment zone, but other than that, it's, it's a Hail Mary here. Okay, so yeah, things just keep going from bad to worse. Over here, of course, I've rolled double 6s on Fortune. I had to use my, I decided to use my, maybe mistakenly use my warp charge to stop the perils. And then, of course, Fortune's gone, so now I couldn't do anything to my opponent in combat. Actually, I killed him again. He failed his save, but the Chronometron was still active, got to reroll it. Oh no, you didn't even have to. You passed your save, did you? And then the Chronometron saved against one of these guys. I actually got some hits in, wounded these guys, tried to tie up combat, but the Chronometron saved them. No wounds caused in return. My unit failed. We didn't run off the board, but we didn't get cut down, but we're still running over here. My Warlord is dead. I have a unit in his zone. He has a unit in my zone. Nobody has the relic, and he's killed my Warlord, but I have got first blood. So it's actually tied right now. We're going to see if the game ends. These guys decided to rally for once. They rallied. We're no good. 1 or 2, the game will end. Please end this misery. Oh, the game ends in a pathetic tie for both of us. All right, well, 10, hard-fought game. Thanks for the game, man. Man, what a brutal, brutal game.